What's up? It's your favorite lawyer, and court is now in session. Okay. First case. Criminal. How am I going to transfer my probation to Dayton, Ohio? My husband's on probation, and he wants to move to Dayton, Ohio. I'm currently living in Ohio with my daughter and my 2-week-old newborn. My husband is in Houston, and he's on probation. The court denied the transfer, and the probation officer suggested to get an attorney because she does not know the reason of the denial. Please, I need help. My husband and I are in 2 different states. What can we do? Girl, we're going to bring it to the court of our public opinion. Guys, when you're trying to get amendments done to probation and parole, why in the hell do you think it's a good job to start on your own, okay, without seeking counsel? Listen, guys, you need to go speak to an attorney. Even if you don't hire that attorney to do the job, you do need to talk to them so that you are able to know what you may be up against, how you may want to curtail this or present this transfer request. Another thing is, I'm going to be honest with you all. I don't think that probation officers should put requests in for judges for modifications on probation. It's not the same as parole. Parole officers, and I hate to say this, but in most states, parole officers are a little different. It's more of a lenient system. At that point, you're already on supervision. You've done a lot of your time, and they're just watching you, so it's much different. When you're on probation, you're trying not to go to jail. So the requirements are more stringent. Those probation officers have less of a say because you're underneath a judge. When you're on parole, you're underneath the state. The state is a little bit of a cooler parent than a judge. You got to look at a state like the mother. The judge is like a father. They're just stricter. And you just don't want to go and try to modify or change things in and through a probation officer all the time. It doesn't work all the time. And then when you get the denial, you know, you're kind of left with your pants down like this gentleman here. It's best to hire a lawyer, guys, and get the lawyer to go into court and talk about these things. Okay, because lawyers are able to figure out basically why the judge is denying things so that they're able to maneuver, re-present, re-curtail, amend their request to the judge's liking so that they can get it granted. It's harder for you to do that on your own because a lot of the times we can't see past, you know, the trees, okay? Because we're in the forest and we can't see past the tree in front of us to see out. And we get stuck whenever we hear a no. But a lawyer is trained on how to go around the no and make it a yes, okay? And we're able to do these things by negotiating with the judge. We are at the judge's mercy. The judge is in control, but there are certain reasons why the judge denies stuff. So what you do is you go and you cure those issues or reasons that the judge denies, come back on the request, and more than likely that request is going to be granted. In addition, like myself, if you have an attorney that is known for having wonderful client control, just that attorney's name on it with the probation, sometimes will allow a judge to trust the client more and allowing the client to do some things that they ordinarily would not do because they have an extra hook in the back of the client, knowing that that client is represented by a specific attorney that may have a specific reputation for not lying and bullshitting and playing games, okay? So find you a straight shooter and let that person amend it for you. Find a straight shooting attorney, not a slick one, and let that person do that for you. And then a lot of the times the straight shooting attorneys, they tend to be older and more outspoken. I'm more of a younger, straight shooting attorney. I'm not a slick ass, okay? That's not really how I'm made, but I don't like to play like that. But you need someone like that is trustworthy, that the judicial bar does recognize as somebody who's credible, because they're not going to come in there with a whole bunch of bullshit and shenanigans. Okay, next case.
From legal woes to legal wows, attorney Allie Booker has got you covered. Civil lawsuit to CPS knocking on your door and more. Criminal case saying you were the looker.